Microsoft bulls had plenty to point to after hearing from Chief Executive Satya Nadella on the company's earnings call on Tuesday. So joining us now to discuss all the details is Dan Costa. He's editor-in-chief over at PCMag.com. So Dan, big cap, large cap, mega cap technology stock. Change has been in the works at Microsoft for about a decade at this point. The switch to a cloud-based computing company has fueled growth. But how big of a deal is this to investors? Would you say that Microsoft's trusted reputation gives it a leg up on rivals when it comes to things like cloud computing?
It certainly doesn't hurt. It certainly doesn't hurt. You look at this latest news and you see that the plan that Satya Nadella laid forth when he took over as CEO has some legs. They knew it was going to take some time. These are not easy things to do, but they've seen tremendous growth in the cloud space, both on the enterprise level with Microsoft Azure, which is their competitor to Amazon AWS, and in the sort of consumer space in the productivity side with Office 365. So you see really big growth in both those categories for the first time in a long time. And the thing that impresses me is that Microsoft's starting to differentiate itself from Amazon AWS by making Azure into this, premium product that has a little bit better support, a little bit better customization, and really trying to differentiate themselves. And they're the #2 player in this booming market.
Unlike Amazon AWS or Amazon Web Services, if they, for those people who are kind of following this whole story, you have Microsoft actually promoting its product, right? The whole cloud computing. I see commercials for them all the time. So certainly cloud is a big part of the story, but it's not the only thing, right? What else pushed Microsoft into positive territory for this particular quarter? What did the company do right this time around? We know that sales growth isn't exactly going gangbusters, but there are places besides just cloud that they're doing well.
Yeah, they've got a couple of areas of strength. First part is really the sales mission. You talk about their commercials. That's just the tip of the iceberg. There are a lot of businesses out there that need to be informed about why they need to make this transition. They're still using Microsoft's last generation of products. They're still running Windows XP. They're still running Windows, old versions of Windows. They're running old versions of Office. So that education process needs to take place, and that's one of the marketing challenges that Microsoft has had that I think they're executing well on. And then if you look into their product segments, the overall PC industry is in decline. It's shrinking every year. But if you look at Microsoft Surface products, those sales are actually up. They're doing well. They're selling more units. So there are bright lights, even in the hardware segment. Of course, there's some, they've made some big mistakes over the last couple of years as well.
Speaking of the professional front and, of course, communications overall, Microsoft made a very high-profile purchase just recently. They brought professional social media company LinkedIn for about $26 billion. Will this actually do something for Microsoft's future? If so, how? If not, why not?
One of the things about LinkedIn is that it's a subscription business. So it's crucial to people's careers. It has a huge network and database of users. Microsoft's tried to get into social networks in the past, not had a lot of success. So now they've got basically one of the largest social networks out there. It's professionally focused. It's focused on business users. And you can see very easily how they might partner and build a LinkedIn subscription process where you also get an Office 365 subscription, where it's just an extension of your professional life. So I think that was actually a really good move for them. It gets them access to a lot more consumers, and it's totally within their wheelhouse when you talk about what kind of services they want to be delivering to businesses and to consumers.
The stock is moving higher on this particular earnings beat. So generally speaking, people are feeling pretty bullish about Microsoft, but there are still headwinds for the company. This isn't all rose-colored glasses and cheerleading. What are the headwinds that Microsoft faces? What are they? What can they do about them?
Yeah, well, at the same time we're trumpeting the success and the growth in Office 365 as a cloud product, you're seeing their conventional licenses for Microsoft Office, which has always been a cash cow for the company, in steep decline. People are not buying those licenses anymore. They're going to hurt in this transition. They claimed that they were going to have 10 billion Windows 10 devices on the market by the middle of 2018. That's not going to happen, in large part because they've totally whiffed on the mobile market. Windows Phone is just not a viable product, and it's never going to be. So those types of misses are going to hurt them. There's lots to look at in their new product portfolio, but those conventional categories, the mobile miss in particular, is really going to haunt them. They've got to figure out how to get services onto those Android and iOS devices, but they're not going to have a platform of their own to build on.
Replacing revenue of that size for a company like Microsoft is certainly going to take time, but investors, at least right now, giving him a little bit of a thumbs up here, given this last quarter. Dan Costa, thank you so much for joining us. That's Dan Costa. He's editor-in-chief over at PCMag.com, and thanks for watching. I'm Dominic Chu. Have a great day.
Hey CNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Here you're going to find videos packed with all of the information that you need to be smarter about your finances. You can subscribe by clicking right here and click on all the videos around me or the eye right here to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.